Hello students, good morning. As you all know, we have completed 2 chapters in commerce. So we'll be beginning with the third chapter of your commerce. So the chapter's name is Sources of Finance for a Joint Stock Company. In the last chapter, we studied about finance, how the firms, you can say how different types of businesses arranges finance, these kind of thing. Here we will see what are the sources of finance for a joint stock company. Now, a joint stock company basically requires two types of finance. One is long term finance and the other one is short term finance. Long term finance is basically raised through shares, debentures, retained earnings, then your from loans from commercial bank, financial institutions and etc. And short term finance are raised through public deposits. You can say they get finance from commercial banks also. They take trade credit. Next is these installment credit. These are the sources of short term finance. So we'll begin with long term sources of finance. Now, why the firm requires long term finance? They require it to purchase the fixed assets for the firm like land and building, plant and machinery, furnitures, motor vehicle, etc. And they also keep it to maintain the minimum level of stocks in their firm. Then they have to maintain certain level of cash at bank, etc. That is why they require long term funds. Now, both long term and short term we have studied can be raised from two types of sources. One is owned funds and the other one is borrowed funds. Owned funds are the owner's fund and the borrowed funds are the loan capital. So, owned funds consist of equity shares, preference shares and retained earnings. On the other hand, borrowed funds, which is also called as debt, it is from the creditors or lenders, these kind of thing. So, we'll first study about the first type of owned fund, that is your equity shares. Now, before studying about equity share, let me tell you what is share. The share is the part of the total share capital of the company. Whatever capital a company have, it is divided into several parts and that each part is known as share. समझ में आया? मतलब टोटल कैपिटल जितना फर्म का होता है उसको अलग अलग पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया जाता है और हर एक पार्ट को हम लोग कोई भी उसका एक पार्ट को बोलते हैं शेयर्स. द वेरी easiest definition of share is the share capital of a company. Share is the share in the share capital of the company. This is the easiest definition of share. Now, a public limited company by shares, a public company which is limited by shares can issue two types of shares. Please listen carefully. Two types of shares. One is preference shares and the other one is equity shares. Now, shares which carry no preferential right means while paying the dividend, you can say जब profit कमाते हैं तो dividend देना होता है. While paying the dividend, the shares which do not have preferential right and when the capital is repaid, it is repaid in the last. Is it clear? And they are payable only when the firm incurs profit. जब प्रॉफिट होता है फर्म को तभी उनको डिविडेंड मिलता है, अदरवाइज उनको डिविडेंड नहीं मिलता है. नाउ जब वाइंडिंग अप के टाइम पे व्हेन ऑल द क्लेम्स आर पेड देन योर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स आर पेड. सो एंड दे हैव वोटिंग राइट्स, दे हैव द कंट्रोल ओवर द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द कंपनी. दिस इज द इक्विटी शेयर. सो जो मैंने अभी पार्ट्स में बताया है उसको आप फीचर्स में लिख सकते हो. नंबर 1, equity shares are issued prior to preference shares and debentures. Preference shares और debenture के पहले issue किया जाता है equity share पे, but they are repaid in the last, or you can say they are paid dividend in the last. Next, when during the winding up of the company, these equity shares are repaid in the last. सारा claims खत्म करने के बाद लास्ट में इनको दिया जाता है. उसके बाद होल्डर्स ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स एंजॉय वोटिंग राइट्स. जो भी इक्विटी शेयर होल्ड करते हैं किसी भी कंपनी को, उनको एक बेनिफिट ये मिलता है, दे हैव कंट्रोल ओवर द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द कंपनी. इफ आई एम एन इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर कंपनी, suppose X, then I have the voting rights in that company. I have the decision making power in that company. Next is the advantages of equity shares. So advantages has been divided into two point of view, like from company's point of view and from investors or shareholders point of view. So first we will study from company's point of view. What are the benefits of issuing equity share for a company? Number one is no burden on earnings. No burden on earnings because यहाँ पे अगर losses हो रहा है firm को, then they are not bound to pay the equity shares. उनको अपने residual profit वगैरह में से निकाल के देना नहीं पड़ता है. तो that is why they don't have the burden on earnings. जब profit होगा, जब excess profit होगा, then only they have to pay the equity shareholders. Second is permanent capital, because now only I told you all during the winding up of the company it is repaid in the last. So ये company के लिए एक permanent source होता है. Third is no charge on asset. If you want to issue equity share, if a company want to issue any kind of equity share, they are not bound to keep any assets as collateral, as a security. That is why they have no charge on assets. Source of strength. If a company has a sufficient amount of equity shares, then they have credit worthiness in the market, because people can think that that company have that much equity share, then definitely they are in a good position. Is it clear? Next is small nominal value. The face value of each equity share is very less. Suppose 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees, the value is very less. Sixth is unlimited source. Means any amount of capital can be raised through इक्विटी शेयर. मतलब आपका सब्सक्राइब कैपिटल होता है, ऑथराइज कैपिटल होता है, देन देख जितना आपका सब्सक्राइब और ऑथराइज है आप उतना इशू कर सकते हो, उतना फाइनेंस आप रेज कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट इज फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टर्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू और फ्रॉम शेयर होल्डर्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. नंबर वन and the most important point is they get voting rights over the company and controlling power over the company. Second, the liability of the equity shareholders are limited only to the face value of the share subscribed by them. अगर आप 100 शेयर खरीदे हो, 100 शेयर का जो फेस वैल्यू होगा, सपोज 100 रुपये ईच है आपका शेयर्स, तो 100 इंटू 100 कितना होता है, योर 10,000. तो आप 10,000 के लिए ही लायबल हो, उससे ज़्यादा लायबल नहीं हो. थर्ड, अगर कंपनी को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, दे कैन ईजिली रेज अनलिमिटेड अमाउंट ऑफ डिविडेंड फ्रॉम द कंपनी. अगर आपको 100%, 200%, 300% जितना भी मिल सकता है डिविडेंड, अगर कंपनी को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, देन यू विल गेट अ ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ डिविडेंड फ्रॉम द कंपनी. फोर्थ, equity shareholders have preemptive rights to subscribe the new share. That is also called right shares. What is preemptive right? I am saying you all, अगर कंपनी कोई भी नया शेयर्स इशू कर रहा है, तो सबसे पहला राइट दिया जाता है इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को टू परचेज दो शेयर्स. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रीएम्प्टिव राइट. सो दिस इज द बेनिफिट फॉर द इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर. फिफ्थ इज द वैल्यू ऑफ द इन्वेस्टमेंट इन इक्विटी शेयर. अब आप जितना पैसे इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, आपको उससे डिविडेंड 2 गुना 3 गुना मिल जाएगा. सो योर इन्वेस्टमेंट में इंक्रीज मेनी फोल्ड ड्यूरिंग बूम पीरियड. इज इट क्लियर? Sixth is shareholders are not required to pay income tax on dividend received from the company. आप जो भी dividend receive कर रहे हो कंपनी से, आपको उस पे, उस profit पे आपको income tax नहीं देना है. These are the benefits for the shareholders. Now let's come अब advantages है तो disadvantages भी होगा. Let's come to the disadvantages of equity shares. So from company's point of view, manipulation of control. नाउ सपोज अगर कंपनी में बहुत ज़्यादा इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स हो जा रहे हैं, तो वो लोग क्या करेंगे, मैनिपुलेट करेंगे. लाइक वो लोग अपना चलाएंगे. हो सकता है जो डिजर्विंग ना हो, या जो उनके कोई हो साथ में, उनको वो अपना ये करेंगे, फेवर करेंगे. तो ये बहुत प्रॉब्लमेटिक हो सकता है. इज इट क्लियर? अनडिजायरेबल प्रैक्टिसेस हो सकता है. सेकेंड इज डेंजर ऑफ ओवर कैपिटलाइजेशन. अगर कंपनी के पास इक्विटी शेयर्स है तो आपको पता है कि वाइंडिंग अप तक आप उसको वापस नहीं कर सकते हो, तो हो सकता है कंपनी को ओवर कैपिटलाइजेशन हो जाए, बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा हो जाए, कैपिटल हो जाए जो उनको रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है, तो उनका खर्चा और बढ़ जाएगा टू पे द इंटरेस्ट एंड ऑल. Third is no trading on equity. When the entire share capital is raised through equity shares, the benefit of trading on equity is not available. आपको बताया था मैंने लास्ट क्लास में ट्रेडिंग ऑन इक्विटी क्या होता है, द राइट प्रपोर्शन ऑफ इक्विटी एंड डेब्ट. इज इट क्लियर? आपका जो ओनर्स फंड है एंड बोरोड फंड्स है, अगर वो इक्वल अमाउंट में है तो वो आपके लिए बेनिफिशियल है. बट यहाँ पे अगर आप सब इक्विटी शेयर्स इशू कर ले रहे हो, देन आप उस पोजीशन में नहीं हो कि यू कैन ट्रेड. फोर्थ इज कॉस्टली. नाउ व्हेन यू आर इशूइंग शेयर्स, there are certain flotation costs to issue the shares. There are underwriting commissions, brokerage and other issues expenses which are very high. Fifth is inflexible. I have told you all, a company cannot issue shares in excess of its authorized capital as stated in the memorandum of association. You have studied about memorandum of association in class 11. So whatever authorized capital has been noted down during the formation of the company in the MOA, up to that limit only you can extend your equity shares. Apart from that, you cannot raise your equity shares. These are the certain disadvantages of equity shares from the company's point of view. Next is from investors' point of view. Perpetuation of control by a few. Might be if suppose in a class of 50 students, all the 50 students are the equity shareholders of a company called 12 Standard, suppose. So, if all the 50 equity shareholders are there, please think properly. If all the equity shareholders are there, might be I have a group of 5 people and rest 45 people are in one hand. So, they can dominate you. They can take over all the powers to nominate, to elect, they'll elect their own representative. So these are the demerits. Second is high risk. High risk means when the company is not in a boom period, when they are incurring losses, then the equity shareholders have to suffer losses with the company because they won't get any kind of dividend in their shares. Third is unhealthy speculation. Unhealthy speculation means like during the boom period when the prices are rising, the directors and officers of the company may indulge in speculation on the basis of inside knowledge and they can take all the benefits from them, and the innocent and the, you can say, ignorant investors, they suffer from this. So these are the demerits of your equity share from the investor's point of view. Please study this chapter carefully. This is very, very important chapter from your examination point of view. Please go through it properly. Thank you.